Not
but
exactly like the type
I
of
just
thing we
can't.
could do once we're all grown is just pick up and go on to
Right.
it.
No, I can't. I got so much baggage, it's ridiculous. But that and there's health things going on, but just the whole social media thing, man, it's just it really got one for me, man. Never used to be like this.
Bro,
It wasn't like this on my.
I have a damn YouTube channel and a Discord, and I don't pump my socials, bro. There's a reason for that. I know that
Mm.
that game is rigged, and unless I'm willing to play the game the way that it has to be played, but I know what I would have to do. I'd have to start
Yeah, it's super rigged.
clipping my shit and going on there and doing before and afters and a bunch of I told you so's and future prediction shit, like all that. I hate
Yeah,
that
you got
shit.
to post shorts.
Yeah, I
I
hate
mean, it
that
looks
shit,
like you don't
bro.
need, but it doesn't matter because you're doing the number one thing, and that's going live.
Yeah, it
And
seems to be
I
working
don't
out.
go I don't go live nowhere, but well, I don't have anything to go live with. I guess what live listening? I don't know,
Yeah,
but
yeah, you could do it. Yeah, you could do
I could put
a listening party.
I could put a damn chart up on my YouTube channel and just have my music playing in the background.
Excuse
Then
me.
they probably flag my ass, say I'm using copyrighted music and it's my
Bro,
own
I've heard.
music.
I was about to say, my homeboy gets copyrighted for his own shit all the time, and he's like, "Bro,
Yeah.
it's
Why do you think
mine." Like,
Yes, this is why I'm shadow banned. They do this shit to me all the damn time. The stupid crap doesn't even know that it's you, and there's no way for you to prove it to them. Sick, man.
I almost died, gloomy.
It's like it's a setup, man. It's a setup to screw the small artists. They only want the industry big cats to be seen.
I would get on the
That or
newest
you put.
platforms possible, bro. You gotta be where, unfortunately, you gotta be where the kids are. New platforms get adopted by kids first, but what's good about new platforms is usually the algorithm is set off just natural, organic sort of discovery, right? Like the reason that TikTok was so big was when you got on TikTok, you made the video, that shit went on the list. Everybody saw it. Like TikTok for some people was the first time they got more than 10 likes, 20 likes on something, and it was like a million likes that they got.
Yeah, they want you to just take videos of yourself doing things and post
Well, what
that
I'm
on. Tell
saying
them
is
to do
that
that.
these things cycle, right? So that there's new ones that pop up all the time. So what people do is that they get on the new ones and they take advantage of that algo while it's fresh, and then you guide that traffic to your Twitter or you guide that traffic to your Facebook. Right? Little clip in the
Mm.
video. Meet me on Twitter for more. Follow me on Twitter for you know news, release news, or blah blah blah, whatever.
Well, I'll try that. I have TikTok. Is that what you say to go to TikTok?
No, no, no. TikTok is already come and gone. Unless you want to go on there and do a
No,
little dancey dance. But I mean, in the beginning, it didn't
no,
matter
hell
what
no.
you did. You go on there and wash your car, and a million people would like your shit. So if you had a way to bring them from one place to another. What I'm saying is, right now, there's new ones, and usually when you hear it, you're like, "Oh, that's the one that the kids are using." But the kids are always first on these things. Instagram was just for kids at one point. Facebook was for the kids at one point. By the time the
What's
aunts
the
and the
pro?
grannies are using it, it's usually,
What's the program I got to use to put a live stream on YouTube?
OBS. You know what you could do that would
Oh,
get a
okay.
lot of views, in my opinion, is a rotating, like just your music, like you said, but with rotating AI videos. And that's
Mm.
all it is. It's just the AI video plays and the music plays. and you have it on a freaking loop. And the more you make, the more you add to it, and eventually your loop gets long. Eventually, somebody could watch all day without seeing a video twice, and you just let it run.
I got like 10 right now.
Because that's the type of shit that people will put on in a party in the background just because it looks cool. And sometimes the video will bring people to listen to the music. You know?
But it seems like Facebook, I mean, like YouTube, they want me to go live. They want me to put these live stream
Well,
hours.
it would be live. It would be a live stream. It wouldn't be a recorded video.
Okay.
It'd be playing live the same way that we're live now. You would have a chart with people talking, like a chat with people talking. You just wouldn't have to talk or do anything. Right? They're like
Okay.
the faceless YouTube shit.
All right, I'm about to look at where do I get this OBS thing?
Streamlabs is you can get OBS or Streamlabs.
Which one should I get?
I don't know. It's on you. They're both basically the same. I use Streamlabs, but there's a million videos on YouTube I would watch the videos first. Whichever one seems easier to you after you watch some beginner videos. But it's between those two.
Basically, I just installed the program and then click stream on it.
Yeah, you connect it to your YouTube. And then you can funnel what you can do is that every, 15 minutes or an hour, you can push that notification to Facebook that you're live on YouTube.
Okay, and then I click record screen or something.
Yeah, you know where you really win is if you can get the people that like to argue on your page on Twitter, if you can get them arguing in the chat on YouTube.
All right.
Yeah,
all right.
Like if you could get them going to war with you in the chat on YouTube.
Okay. I'm gonna bring a bunch of people that hate me over there. I'll just talk a whole bunch of shit on Facebook.
Whack ass hoes, bring them in there.
Yeah.
You know how to get them over there too. All you have to do is be like, that's why my YouTube is way better than anything you could do. You know what I mean? Like you just got to get them to try to come hate.
Okay. I'll just go to like Lil Nas X and like 6ix9ine and go on their pages.
Just do what you're doing, man. Just do it.
All right. I'll get it. Lil Uzi Vert. I'll go get his people. Come hate me.
OBS might eat your machine though, man.
I mean, you could even record yourself making some videos. I mean, you don't want to give up the sauce, I guess, either. But people love all that shit, bro. People are into AI and using AI to do shit. There might be somebody out there that's making music and needs to know how to make a music video or needs to, you could always save some of the secret sauce, I guess, if you need to, but
I ain't giving enough.
I just feel like anything that anybody enjoys doing, it can be monetized now. You know what I mean? Like this generation, cool, they were eating Tide Pods, but they showed me that. Like they definitely showed me that whatever you're into, and I don't even mean like anything that has to do with money, like crypto or anything like that. But if I would have had YouTube when I was on the sneaker game heavy, I had like a lifestyle brand with sneakers and reselling, and that shit would have been fire.
I'm start looking into this. That's what I need to do. I need to figure out how to go live.
That's easy. Go watch a bunch of videos. But I learned everything I know about streaming from YouTube University.
Okay.
And my girl helped me out with a couple things. But I'm like a person that I need to hear it over and over and over, and I need to see somebody do it.
How do I talk with someone on Discord and go live, so where they can hear them on there? Like, how do I talk with somebody on Discord and bring them live on a YouTube?
You would need a Discord.
Okay, I gotta create a channel.
You gotta create a Discord, yeah.
Okay, Okay.
But you could go live. You know, you could do the same thing on Facebook, on X. Like, why don't you just do it on X? Just have a live
Spaces?
stream. Just have a live stream on X and play your shit, and then you bring them on Spaces. Or you can bring them on Spaces, and then you can stream the Spaces onto the YouTube. You could stream the Spaces audio onto the YouTube live.
Okay, now we're talking. Let me just look right now. So I go on X and I hit live. It's not the same thing as Spaces.
Right now, anything that I'm doing on my PC, if I go on Spaces right now and I jump into Spaces, the YouTube can hear it. Anything that plays through my PC speakers, the YouTube can hear. So just look at it like that. It's not that complicated. You just, as long as your streaming software is set up, you can use any communication software.
Let's see, do they have a live button on here? Host. I don't see nothing about going live on here. I see Spaces, great space. I don't see it. That's what I'm saying. This Space is the live stream. Is that what it is?
Oh, no, I think there's a live on YouTube, right? I think you can go live where it's not, or maybe it is in the Spaces. I've never done it, so I don't know if it's.
You can go live on YouTube.
No, I know I can go live on YouTube. I'm ready to do that. I'm talking about on if I want to do a space. I click. I gotta figure this out. I just got to do the Spaces. I don't think X has a live stream. Just do a space. Let me try one. Where is it at? List. Anybody know? What's happening? Host. I have no idea how to create a space.
Just ask Rock.
Yeah. That's what I'm about to do. I swear I saw it on here somewhere. All right, here it is, Rock. How do I, let me see this first. Go live.
Scrang, I think you might be a little bit delayed in the chat on the YouTube, but we were talking about trolls like an hour ago. But yeah, I agree with you. The worst kind of trolls are the ones that act like they need help and take advantage of people trying to help just to like drive them crazy. We had a bunch of those, bro.
Those are real?
Oh, those are super real. Are you kidding me? You know how many times I've been like, and you know, because it's like, bro, you asked me this question like 7 times already. And it's not even like, it's one thing to not remember, but you can tell when somebody's trolling.
I didn't think people were that much of trolls. Like, I used to be a troll. Maybe I still am, but like, it's not that.
Nah, some people.
Are you talking about the Binance ones that go, I got this Binance thing and I need help?
Well, yeah, that to a degree, but some people will come in and they're like, you know, how do I do this? And then you'll help them, and then they come back the next day and they'll be like, how do I do this? I think it's an attention thing.
Man, I thought those were bots.
Yeah, I think it's like an attention thing. Nah, those are bots on the what you call it for sure. The ones that are like, hey, quick question. Love the stream. Quick question though. Got a bunch of money stuck in this wallet. My seed phrase is banana, rabbit, car.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, that's
Echo.
what I was talking about.
Yeah.
I got this problem. I keep losing money in crypto. Can you help?
The thing is, here in a room like this, right, where it's full of people that are willing to answer a question and help, you'll get people that'll come in and ask a question just to set off the debate. And then no matter how good you explain it, they won't get it. and then they'll keep it going and keep it till finally, like, okay, you're trolling. Like you have to
Well,
be
how
trolling.
many?
You have to be trolling at this point.
One Doge is one Doge.
One Doge will always be one Doge.
I mean, that's like playing devil's advocate to the extreme, right? They know the answer to their question.
Yeah. The troll comes in the intention, right? The intention is to get a rise out of you, or to see how long exactly you're willing to explain something for. You know what I mean?
We do.
Me, my limit is when I realize that you don't want to understand. As long as you can make me feel like you really want to understand and you just can't, I'm there with you. The second that I feel like, okay, you just don't want to get it, you know what I mean? Like, and that's when I'm done.
I would still say you have extreme patience, though, man, because like there's some people that there were even members that were just would not stop. Like I think that Doge, what was his name? Doge, not Doge Viking. It was something else. What was his name? But he would mess with you every day, or mess with people every day, and you kept putting them on timeout, and eventually you got rid of them. But I'm like, man, you did that like 2 months. You let that
Oh,
shit
you're
go
talking
on for
about
2
Orgy?
months. Yeah. I just didn't understand that. You
So
have
when I
extreme
got kicked,
patience, man.
when we left the other spot, when I got in the fight with dude and he kicked me out or whatever, Orgy was in the chat telling everybody I got Dbloc kicked out. I'm the one that was telling Tame that he was shilling, and he was like trying to take credit for it, right? So when he came over, it was funny to me. Like, it was super funny to me. And I said it plenty of times. I was like, some of y'all sitting here thinking that I haven't seen all the screenshots of all the wild shit you said, but you have absolutely nowhere else to go to get quality information, and you have to sit here. And he knew who I was talking about when I said it. So me not kicking him, honestly, was a bit of out of spite, just because I know part of him hated to have to be here, but he wouldn't leave. You know what I mean? Bro, I'm telling you, I aspire to a high level of pettiness.
I mean, that's definitely advanced pettiness, right? That's like psychological pettiness.
And I said it to him plenty of times, bro. I was like, bro, I'm gonna time you out. I'm not gonna get rid of you because I know you don't have nowhere to go, and I don't want to do that to you. I don't want to see you get wrecked at the top of the bull market. So, and half of that was true. Even if I hate somebody, I don't want to see them get wrecked. And I don't hate them. I don't know them to hate them, but I just don't respect the hypocrisy. You know, and just know that when all of that shit went down, anytime anybody said anything in any Discord, that shit was clipped and sent to me. No matter how many times I said, look, I don't care, it's cool. You couldn't, people love drama. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I just, I came over from the other server too, and I'm not claiming that I'm not like a 6-year veteran of yours or whatever, but I would say a year and a half, couple years or whatever. And even I was confused with that relationship. And I was thinking, for somebody who's building a brand new channel, I as a confused like a new person came in, right, and saw that, they'd be like, what is going on? What is going on here?
So everybody from the old channel at this point just knows that Orgy is a huge troll. So I think most of them got it. But yeah, you're right. It could have seemed, I could see how that could seem weird. Especially because I have less patience for somebody new that would do the same thing.
You have a handful of moderators too, so like I just was like,
yeah. Nah, they knew what time it was.
There's no way he was swimming in the water full of sharks in it. He wasn't getting bit.
They knew what time it was. Come here every morning talking about my XRP channel has 1,000 people. I'm like, yeah, you're here every day.
Yep. I mean, but that's only one case I can think of. That's not too bad, man, for as many people that are watching now.
Nah, we do. I mean, I don't know. Chat has a lot to do with that because some of the chat and the mods have a bit of a low tolerance for attitude and shit. So the shit doesn't get too far most of the time. I don't know, bro. I think certain communities attract that type of shit. I don't think we really attract trolls like that. Trolls don't get too far. They don't get what they want. Like they come, we laugh at them. It's like, get out of here.
We get eaten up.
Yeah, it's
Well,
not an easy crowd, you know?
If you had a type A personality that was like sort of dickish, it would attract those people. And I think the other server attracted those kind of people because of the immaturity and like lashing out and shit like that. And I think you lead, and it's hard to say this because it sounds like I'm kissing your butt, but I'm not. I'm just saying it's the tone and the theme that you project.
Well, I appreciate that. And anybody that knows me in real life can vouch for the fact that I'm a bit different, and it's because of that. Like, I'm kind of like a dick in real life. I'm quick to talk shit. I don't really take a lot of, you know, I sense attitude. I react to the slightest bit of disrespect. But I'm trying to foster a different type of feeling in here. And that starts with, this starts with me. So trust me, I'm like, especially with the cursing and all that, like, that's not really real life me. Real life me is a freaking sailor, bro. That shit has been super hard to sort of break. And I mean, honestly, grown ass man, I probably shouldn't be talking like that all the time anyway. So it's a good, you know what I mean? It has kind of pumped the brakes on me. But yeah, don't think that that shit is easy for me. I just know what happens if I come in here and, fuck this, fuck that. And then I leave and forget. Are you kidding me? It's going to be, you know?
Yep, like I tell my kids, like I earned the right to swear in my own house. Keep it on the down low. I'm the only one who's allowed to do it. I basically is what I was saying is don't I'm acknowledging that I have a potty mouth. Don't use me as I'm not leading by example. But everything else I lead by example. It's just I got the potty mouth from the army and it's hard to get rid of it. And I'm actually not that ashamed about it. I don't do it at work. I turn it off.
No, the real dick move would be to come in here and tell everybody watch their mouth and then just go crazy.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And be like, look, it's my channel. I can say whatever I want. Y'all can't say it, but I'm going to talk crazy. Like, nah, I couldn't do that. I would feel crazy doing that. And honestly, it does, we have people everywhere, bro. Just because we're savages doesn't mean everybody else is.
Well, I thought it would turn into a disaster by now, and it could be that we're not in like the total hyperbolic or parabolic move yet where people come in. But if using the other channels like the chat that's in what is it, those guys they're from South Africa. Gosh, what is their names? Rand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like if you see that, I don't even see how you can read that chat.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like you would literally have, like, is there a slow-mo mode? Because like
there
I don't even know what's going on in there.
There is, yeah. There's a slow-mo mode, but still, it's crazy. It'll get to the point that if you want to get TA done on a coin, you're gonna have to super chat. And it's not even because I need to be paid for my time. It's because we won't see the message. The super chats pop up and stick, you know? I remember when what's his name? Because the clip was all over Twitter. The dude with the sunglasses does TA Crown. When he not he does not Crown, the other guy.
Tom Crom.
No, it's the other guy. What's his name? It's at the tip of my tongue. Whatever. Irrelevant.
Eric. Eric Crown.
No, it's not Crown at all. He started doing $5 TAs, and then that lasted for like a month, and he went to $20 TAs. He was like, "You guys got to find another monkey to play with," because I guess people were just driving him crazy with the TAs. So he tried to put it up to a price where it would stop people from asking him for TAs. It's hilarious. Nah, not Alex Becker. He's a TA guy. But we'll have, there's gonna be buffers, right? We'll have to, like I said, move it into the paid section for the YouTube gives us a buffer between all the new people that come in and the trading rooms and the chat rooms. So they can't just come in here and start going crazy. At the very least, we know they have to pay $50 to come in, and if they say something stupid, then they're just gonna get kicked right out, and they just wasted $50. But you have to be a special type of troll to want to spend $50 to come troll versus a free troll, which is what we kind of have right now. A free troll is irresistible. Like what, they just have to click a link and they can be on the microphone? Like, you kidding me, bro?
I charge $50 to FUD people, to FUD a coin. FUD for 50.
I get what you're saying, but you know how you were saying there's one thing that really drives you nuts, and it's people how they disrespect money.
Yeah.
Man, crypto people are the worst for disrespecting money.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I think somebody would pay $50 to come in here. And
they will. We'll still get them
for a while.
We'll still get them, but at least I got $50 out of it. Kick them out in 5 minutes. Made $50 in 5 minutes. If you do the ROI per hour, it's decent.
Dude, and you just take that $50 and like 500 exit, just throw it in the wind and see what happens.
Just shoot it, just whip it in somewhere. Bro, there's people that are worse. There's people that have a fee to get back in. If you come in here and you're not a good fit for the family, you can't give me $10,000 to get back in the Discord. There's people that they'll kick them out and they'll charge them $1,000 to get. You can come back in and terrorize the Discord tonight if you want. $1,000, I kick you back out. Do that a couple times until you get tired of it. But for me, it's about not screwing up the environment in here. Right? I don't ever want it to be to the point where somebody feels like they can't ask a question, they can't talk, they can't. It gets so hostile sometimes that most people that don't like confrontation, they just stop talking. And one of those people that stop talking because they don't like confrontation, they might have the answer you need that you're looking for to fill that hole in your strategy that you haven't been able to figure out. But that person won't talk anymore now because, the environment's all fucked up.
Well,
screwed up.
That's why I asked about the peaches thing. I know that I'm married, so I don't really care that she's female or whatever. Like somebody said, she's taken. That's not what I was getting at. What I was getting at is she was actually providing really good TA for me as someone who was over at the other channel, especially at night. And some couple of dudes came in and just was slamming on her TA and then never heard from her again. So I totally can vouch for the fact that you will shut people up that just don't. It's not worth it.
Happens to girls a lot. I'll be completely honest with you. Some of y'all can't. I don't know if it's the sound of a woman or it's like a woman saying something that you don't know or what it is. I'm not pointing fingers, but everybody, if the shoe fits. But I've definitely noticed that some guys can get away with some bullshit TA for way longer than. And even if it is bullshit, even if you don't agree with the TA, I've just noticed that the reaction is a bit different sometimes.
Yep. That's exactly what I observed, and I'm not some like women's rights advocate or anything. It's just, it's like it's immaterial. The gender is immaterial to intelligence, in my opinion.
Yep.
The girls are meticulous in the TA sometimes, man. I mean, respect to that.
It's a bit of a locker room sort of. I mean, it's finance, right? At the end of the day. So it is a bit of a sort of locker room environment. And you notice that, like, the women that do stand out and talk are ones that are sort of more comfortable with that, Like maybe they had brothers or they got a bunch of guy friends, or but there's a lot of girls that I'm sure, and I hope if any of them are listening, um, definitely speak up because sometimes we need that balance.
Well, I hear political conversations happening, and every time I get involved in them, I get pissed off. I remember Gloomy was like, "Jacket, stop yelling," and I'm like, "Okay, I'm done." Whenever there's a political discussion, I'm just gonna keep the shit muted. I'm actually gonna change my device to no device. So
Nah, it's good to that's good sometimes, and that's the reason why I don't like lengthy political discussions because what's the end goal, right?
well, it's not my channel.
Unless we're talking about money, and we're talking about a political decision that's being made that we can monetize in some way. But if it's just trigger word after trigger word, then 3 reactions and then 2 more trigger words and then 5 hours of more reactions, it's like there's channels for that type of shit.
But I mean, it's your home, man. It's your community you're trying to build. And when I listen to that stream back over, I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna try so hard to not get involved in those discussions.
It's entertaining. I mean, there's a factor of that. YouTube loves it. YouTube loves when y'all get into fights and shit like that. Like they're in there placing side bets and shit. Like YouTube is all about the drama sometimes.
You know how many times you've had to come on Dbloc and tell people, hey, if you guys want to take this downstairs, that's fine. You know how many times they've actually taken that conversation downstairs? I'll let you guess.
Yeah.
Zero.
That's kind of why I say it
Because
sometimes.
sometimes people love the stage.
Yeah, I agree. It wouldn't go. I don't think the discussions would go on so lengthy or be so heated if it was in a quiet room with 3 people.
But one of the biggest things is understanding what, your influence and like, what is it? Out of body experience, having the ability to sit outside yourself and go, yeah, okay, I need to stop that crap.
Yep, introspection, man. It's important. It's also important for trading. I mean, if you know that a certain topic gets you heated and you're in a trade, like probably a good idea to maybe not dabble until you can, because you get heated and then you lose focus and then it's even worse. A little discussion is one thing. Let that discussion cost you money because you missed the exit or you missed the entry or something. Now you hate this person that's supposed to be family.
Yeah, it's weird too. Like I've started to learn that because I listen all the time, man. I have the stream on, and sometimes I'll listen with music in the background. So I do listen to music, but this is kind of a weird time right now in crypto because we don't. I don't know. It's really hard. It's not hard to trade because we're in a bull market, but so I've been listening, and then of course the off crypto conversations come in, and I just want to like go from stream into Discord and like, but it's weird how you can have some people tell you that, hey, Jacket, I really like your voice is really soothing. I can see you doing a podcast. And then you hear somebody else going, oh, the old man's on. He needs to go to bed. It's past his bedtime.
I try
So it's
not
just
to
weird,
read.
right?
I try not to internalize the comments too much. YouTube is funny. Yeah, sometimes it comes down to your voice reminds somebody of somebody that they either like or don't.
Exactly. Yeah, I hear that.
All right, guys, I'm gonna get to bed. UK is trying to get above ages 50 here. This is gonna be it, in my opinion. If they can get above, then we'll trend up for the rest of the session. Probably back up to the psychological high. If we can't get above and we reject on ages 50, then we'll come sweep some of this liquidity. Watch Dominance. Dominance is starting to put in the closest thing it's had to a bottoming structure in a little bit. So this is on the hourly, by the way. I just want to keep a backed up look so we don't get lost in the weeds.
Man, that down move was beautiful though, man. I was waiting for that for so long.
Epic. Beautiful. Beautiful thing.
All right, good night, man.
All right,
Yeah,
guys.
peace out, dude.
See you in the morning.
Bro. It's nice to hear your voice again, Jacket. How you been, man?
Dude, reacting to tariff stuff. I'm in the middle of purchasing a really expensive laser CNC machine, but it was almost impossible during those tariffs. So now that they've been relieved, I'm getting a new machine and got new customers. So it's been crazy.
Yeah, you said it was like up to 5K or something. Yeah, that's good news, man.
Yep, I'm excited, man. I've never thought that I would own a fiber laser machine. Those things were like 5 years ago, they were like $100,000, and now they're down in the 20,000. So it's good stuff, man. What have you been up to? Please tell me you got in on this before this thing turned around.
No, man, I've not been in the position to trade, bro, unfortunately, but I still keep my eye on it.
Oh yeah, there'll be some bull run dips.
It might be next. It might be next bear market. I mean, man, I don't know. Got some plans that I need to fulfill this year, and trading might not be part of it. But I'm still here. I'm still watching it. The opportunities turn up.
Yeah, you don't want to lose those crypto muscles, brain muscles, right?
I'll never stop watching Bitcoin, man. I'm always looking for opportunities, even if I'm not in the game.
I mean, I got in, but I I transferred some money out just because I was trying to be disciplined. So I put my bag into cash, some of it, and it's been less stressful. So I bought at the bottom, well, whatever we thought the bottom was, and been writing it up, but I haven't been trading it. I just bought and like walked away.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm sweet, man. If I want more dry powder, I need to go get a JOB, but I could focus on my online store a bit more in the next few months, maybe. I'm being good.
I didn't think you're gonna say job. I thought you were gonna say OF.
No, man, I'm in a funny spot, like I'm comfortable, but if I go take a job, it's gonna eat up my free time, and I value my free time, so got plans.
5:34 p.m.
Yeah, I want to do some traveling later this year, so taking a job doesn't provide that time. So I just got to be tight.
Sup, Fly?
Yo, yeah, man, it's good to hear you too, bro. Not much, man. I'm just chilling.
Yeah, bro, me too. I'm trying to. Well, I was looking into using Hyperliquid for a new leverage platform, but dude, it's like I'm so stressed about it, like it's not even worth it anymore. So I'm thinking about just taking half my leverage positions, which are mostly 2x, and then just liquidating them and putting them in spot. So that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, you don't want to double the down. You don't want to double any downside.
Yeah, it's too much stress. Like I don't want to worry about these platforms going down or them saying, "Hey, why are you withdrawing so much or 4 figures or whatever it is?" That's sus. You're not KYC. That's sus. Your IP's in the US. That's sus. Stuff like that.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna step out for a minute. Nice to hear from you guys. I'll be back.
Later,
Good
man.
luck trading later, Bruce.
So you have any experience with Kraken Jacket?
Dude, No, I I don't know what it was, man. It was if it was last cycle. Um, I don't know what happened, but I got booted.
They ban you?
No, they just said that like my verification wasn't being accepted after I was using it for a long time. So it
Were
was
you using
weird.
the margin
I was doing margins and futures.
on Kraken? You're using margin.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you know what? To be honest with you, I don't know what triggered it. I just know it was delayed. I got an email saying that your funds are safe. We're gonna force, your account back into your bank. That's because I had my bank attached to it, which was stupid at the time, and they forced the withdrawal.
Yeah. Yeah, because they had know they have margin, but there's a requirement. You need like $10 million. So
Yeah,
that's
it wasn't
real.
it
Yeah.
wasn't. I don't. Yeah, I don't. It's been so long, man. It's been like since 2001. I mean, I'm sorry, 2021 maybe or something like that. Um, I do know the one that I was extremely upset about losing was KuCoin because KuCoin had those those, I don't know what you call them, but there was like Doge 3x. It was like one. It wasn't like it wasn't leverage, but you could like buy Doge at 3x or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they had the Doge, short 3x or whatever. And dude, I kept playing those because I don't know what was going on, but they would spike and then they would dump and then they would spike, but they would do it in a pattern for like a week. And it was extremely predictable to play. And then all of a sudden I got booted. I got to keep all the money, but I got booted from that. And so I don't know if it was related to that or not. I think that's lame that you actually are just trading and then because you found that one of their coins that was flawed or had issues or low liquidity or whatever that you were writing it up and down like in a predictable manner, but they kicked me out too.
I'm gonna try and figure this out because all like the dexes like Hyperliquid, BYDX, like you have to use a VPN, but they can still trace it back to a US user. Things don't align and stuff. So I try to use the API with the SDK, but that just it's so much more complicated than it's worth the time, honestly. So I'm just like, screw it.
Do you
Just gonna go
do
back to
you
spot.
do you know what Dbloc's stance on mentioning like VPNs on his channel? Like I want to recommend something, but I don't want like I don't know like there's legality purposes.
I don't think he cares, but if you're worried about that, you can just DM me. Because here's what I did try. I'll tell you what I tried already. I first I tried using VirtualBox to run a VM, and then because my issue was I don't want to have a VPN running on my normal computer to Europe because it's just gonna slow everything down. So I was like, okay, then use a VM. So I use VirtualBox. I put Linux on there, but my computer only has 16 gigs of RAM, so allocating RAM to that virtual machine was kind of an issue, and it was just really slow and really crappy. So I ended up moving away from that. And then I consulted one of my buddies who's like a really good cyber guy. And I was like, what do you think? And we eventually came to the conclusion. I was like, okay, what if I tried getting a virtual machine using EC2 that's in Europe? So, like, it appears to be a Europe computer to Hyperliquid or DYDX. And he was like, no, they can still trace it back to me. So at that point, I just gave up. Like, now I'm here.
Well, I mean, if you technically rented a box with a box and you remoted into it, there is absolutely no way they could trace it back to you. It's like impossible. Like
That's what I was confused about.
the only way they could do it is if they subpoenaed a direct like connection and asked to hand over the logs. But you don't do that in real time. I mean, like, you would have to legally get access to their system to who's remoted into a PC.
So you're saying, so what you're saying is like, if I actually did do the virtual machine that's running in Europe off of AWS, then it shouldn't be able to trace back to me because I'm literally just remoting into that computer. That's what I originally
Exactly.
thought. That's it.
There's
That's exactly what I originally thought, but my
now
buddy
I
was
want to.
telling me something else.
It's the exchange. The exchange cannot detect where the person, the remote client, right? But if the if the service that you're using that's actually has the physical PC, they can give up that information if it's requested. That's a different issue, but that's not in real time though.
Hmm.
And it usually requires a court order.
Huh. Do you think they'd get a court order for something like that?
No, I mean, dude, I don't know what your finances are, but even
I'm
if you
not
were
rich,
doing,
bro.
if you were doing millions of dollars worth of trading, they would still need a court order. Like they're not going to go after small fish for like it's not even. And on top of that, like we all kind of know, it's not technically illegal. It's just not like you know what I'm saying. The IRS and the SEC are still like flip flopping on what all of that is, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, like
Yeah.
so if you got the remote PC and it's a physical PC and it's sitting somewhere, the physical PC is sitting in a uh you know, a server rack somewhere and you have access to it and you log in from without a VPN, you're just logging into that machine. That machine's IP is going to register from that physical location.
Yeah. That's what I originally thought, but I was like going on ChatGPT being paranoid and it seemed a little biased. So it was giving me, it seems like it may have been giving me wrong answers. And on top of that, my buddy was like, no, they can still trace it back to you. I was like, how does it make sense if it's just it's the physical computers in that region and I'm just connecting to
Dude,
it, sending remote inputs?
yeah, if they could somehow snoop in on the remote the RPC connection, that's a huge flaw in remote desktop, man. That's like serious, like I could see how the NSA or CIA could do it, but like for a normal exchange to be able to do that, like you would hear about that all over the place. That remote desktop connection is insecure. You can or unsecure. You can like it's a threat. It's a security risk. Like yeah, everything is a security risk as soon as you connect to the internet. But for anybody to just to snoop that traffic, man, that like there would be no way. Like you would have to be in the server, you would have to be in the system, in their network, and then seeing who's connected to that specific machine. Dude, that just doesn't sound like the. It doesn't even sound like it's worth it.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe I'm just thinking about it too hard, but like, man.
But you know, if they put pressure on that, if they put pressure on that service and say, "Hey, we suspect, we see that there's a lot of people connecting to our exchange from your location. Is there any way that we can encourage you to give us uh, countries of origin who's logging into those PCs?" And maybe they threaten them, maybe they don't, and they don't give specific. And the reason why they might do that is because they're not outing you specifically, they're just outing your general location.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I'm on weeks right now. I just like, obviously, if you look up, okay, here's my idea. Like, most of the times people aren't gonna say positive things unless you're already expected to receive a negative result. So obviously, if people see negative things about their platform, they're gonna go on Reddit and just say negative things. I don't think anybody's going out of the way to be, oh, this is a good platform if they're already expecting it, right? So when you look up, or if you say Weeks USA Reddit, you're gonna see a bunch of bad stuff.
Well, I mean, even people in here talk a lot of smack about it. It's what, I mean, I'm indifferent. I've never used it, but like there's some people that have just, man, they got it out for weeks, big time.
Yeah, what have people been saying?
Just how it does shady stuff when stuff's pumping or dumping, and um how it lags. And but then again, this is all like ev- like I don't know how technical these people are, but there's several things going on between you and the exchange, right? Your PC, your internet
Yeah.
connection, other things, and who knows what a real, true, legitimate review is. But and then there's just people that just don't give a reason why. They just say it. They're like, "Oh man, let's get off of that." It's horrible.
That for someone that's been using Weeks for like maybe like 3 or 4 months, and I'm still using it, but it's definitely shady. Like I can tell you it's shady. Like the amount of times it's locked me out of my account, especially when like an immediate move is happening at the market, like when there's some volatility, all of a sudden it will log me out, and I'm like, what the heck? And I'm in the middle of trades. It's not like I've been away. Like I'm like on my computer all the time. It'll just all of a sudden just log you out, and I've got open positions, and you try to log back and it says account frozen. I'm like, what?
What?
I swear to God, dude. It's happened like 6 times. And I'm like panicking, trying to figure out what's going on. Their customer support is really weak. Like I
Yeah,
try to
it's terrible.
contact them and they're just like, you're gonna have to wait. I was like, what's wrong? Like they don't give you a reason why. They're like, there's some suspicious, and there's no I'm on like 4 other exchanges. I'm on like BitUnex at the same time. I'm on Blowfin, I'm on Mexi, all of them up and running. Weeks, and it always happens when volatility strikes in the market, like when things are like prices moving quickly. Um, yeah, like, and they'll just
How many
lock you
figures
out,
you dealing with?
like not even that much, like maybe like under 5K, like maybe like max 5K.
Wow, and they're still messing with you.
They're still yeah, I'm not even like a whale or anything like that, bro. Like I think the account was worth like 5K max. And yeah, it's just the one thing I could say is though that one time they did have a scam. They had 2 times. One time I got hit with it. They had scam wicks on ETH and BTC, where Bitcoin price was at like, I think when we were at like, this is like a month ago when we were at like 80K, it wicked all the way to like 99K, and it just screwed a bunch of people. They did reimburse me. I think I lost like maybe like $600-700 on I can't remember what it was, a long or a short. And I just submitted the transaction, the timing, and they did pay me back. It took like maybe 7 days, but they did reimburse me, which is kind of cool for them. I thought that money was long and gone, but it just feels like there's something shady there. I can't pinpoint. I can't for sure say like, oh yeah, it just happens to go down when volatility strikes, but it does. My account just gets frozen all of a sudden, and as soon as the market kind of starts stabilizing, my account comes back.
Yeah, that's deliberate, man. They're software throttling transactions. Even as good as I'm. Oh my God, I got PTSD from saying this, but because I know people are gonna freak out when I say it. But Coinbase used to be really bad for this because they would not throttle and their system would just fail. Now they preempt it during a lot of action and they deliberately throttle so they don't have a complete failure. So even though I know people have like, extreme opinions on Coinbase, it is a lot better than it used to be.
Yeah, I just withdrawed within the last week. I withdrawed like about 5 grand from Weeks. So the last one I just did was like 2,000, just went through. So yeah, hopefully they don't The reason I'm kind of panicking right now is because I tried to do the KYC and it has the option that says there's two options. It says US if you're in the US, and the other one's if you're not in the US, every country but the US. And I clicked the US obviously, and when it said KYC failed, and I was like, oh crap, I gotta get on my computer now. Yeah, but Kraken has leverage for margin trading, but you have to meet a certain requirement, and you have to have like you have to certify that you have like 10 million in assets. That doesn't include real estate, and it's literally you type in "I certify," but like I wonder if they check that or anything.
Yeah, man, I don't really remember if I was using the margin. Did they have leverage trading, right?
Yeah, they have like you can do like I think the most they have is like 5x. They have like small amounts.
Yeah.
And it's not on every pair, but they have a decent amount. The main ones and like some are like maybe like top 30 alts or something. I don't know.
I just was in love with KuCoin, man. It was a nice interface at the time, and there was so much to trade.
Yes, KuCoin used to be my go-to. I really like KuCoin.
Oh man,
I love the KuCoin, man. Like no shit. I miss it.
Yeah.
There a bit, please save us.
And I was thinking that MEXC was going to be my savior, and then all that stuff happened where all the US people had to leave.
Yeah, at least they didn't like rip us off or just like take our money. Like that's kind of like my only hope with Weeks. I'm sure it'll be the same story with Weeks. Like they just send out an email and be like, "You guys have 3 months to withdraw."
Oh yeah, they
Hopefully
gave
it's
us
like
plenty of
that.
time.
Oh yeah, Mexi, they gave us a lot of time. Mexi was a great platform, man. Not gonna lie, it was a great. I had no issues with Mexi. Orders were fast. Everything was fast.
Like instantaneous, man. It was beautiful.
Yep. UI was clean. All your orders were there. Nothing sus. This is my experience, but I literally think most of my spot bag was bought on Mexi because it's so quick and so painless. You just buy it, transfer it out to your cold storage. No worries at all.